Hi there, Doggy Dan here from the onlinedogtrainer.com video website. This is a testimonial, but it's also sort of a case study. It'll give you an idea of exactly how this method works. This is Luna. She's a lovely mixed breed dog who lived about an hour's north of where I lived, and I went and did a consult with her. She lived on a 14-acre property which couldn't really be fenced off very easily, and she lived there with a lovely couple. But they were really struggling because Luna would suddenly, just when they weren't watching, turn and disappear. So this is their property. Here you can see Luna with my two girls. When Hubert, who is stood here with his wife, was working in the property, he said he would turn around 1 second and she'd be there, and the next second she would be gone. And the problem was she was sometimes sort of killing the chickens. She was sometimes wandering over to the neighbours and causing a lot of grief. And so it was a really, really tricky situation. As Hubert states later, he was actually thinking of having to get rid of the dog. There's the little chicken coop down there. He had come to the end of his options, and basically I turned up. I showed them how to put in place those 5 golden rules for winning your dog's mind, which are all inside the video website. And as you'll hear Hubert testify, that was pretty much all he did. When you win your dog's mind, a lot of these issues, such as killing chickens and running away, and a lot of other things, as Hubert will explain, all just disappeared. Everything fell into place.
So here we are in Puhoi with Hubert. Last time I saw you, Luna was running away. You didn't have the control that you were looking for, and yeah, you were concerned that she may go for the chickens again, which she'd previously attacked. So how's it all going now?
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. He's not on the lead anymore.
Yeah.
I can trust her now. She comes when I call her. The change within 3 days was unbelievable.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I was always scared that she runs away, and when I called her and she knew she ran away, she went under a deck and stayed there for 4 hours and didn't come out.
Yes, yes.
And now it's all gone. I call her, she comes, she stays with me when I work in the garden.
Yeah.
It is absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. And what about the chickens? How's things with the chickens?
Well, when I feed the chickens about 10 meters before the chicken run, she sits down, waits until I feed the chicken, just came automatically. So she knows when I take the chicken bowl, you know, food rests and all this, go to the chicken. She sits about 10 meters in front of the chicken run, waits until I feed the chicken, is not aggro. She just sits very quietly, and then when I come out, we go again.
Wonderful.
It is absolutely fantastic.
And something you were saying earlier was that she used to jump up on the cars, and with the children she was a little bit out of control.
Yeah, because she loves to play with the children.
Yes.
And if it's a heavy dog, I mean the dog is 30 kg, if the dog jumps onto the children, they all fell over, and nobody wanted to play with her anymore because they were all scared. All changed. She's nice now. She doesn't jump on the cars anymore. It is brilliant.
And the interesting thing is, what you actually did to achieve that was...
Well, I only did the 5 rules, yeah, and that made all the changes.
Yeah, because I know I didn't show you anything to do with the car.
No. It came automatically, without me doing anything.
Yeah.
It is really unbelievable. When that happened, I mean, my wife said, this can't be. Yeah? Nobody believed us that it was in such a short time without an intensive training. Just a few changes we did. Thank you very much. We've got a new dog. That is true. I mean, oh, are you finished?
No, I like the bit.
Oh, no.
I like the bit that says it's true.
Hi, I'm Doggy Dan, full-time professional dog trainer and behavioural specialist. I love dogs. I've worked with hundreds over the years of every shape, size, age and breed, as well as their often colourful owners. From barking aggressive chihuahuas to territorial pit bulls, if a dog is causing grief or terror, drop it. I'll work with the owners to turn their troubled dogs into great dogs. Sit. The connection that I've got with dogs is really deep. I mean, it's hard to actually explain it. A lot of people actually believe I was a dog in a past life. That's not me saying it, that's other people. I think they really mean it. There's not many dogs who I don't understand. That even within a couple of hours, I feel like I totally get often I feel like it's the poor dog. And I feel like the dog gets me. That's the beautiful thing. And I guess with dogs, it is actually, so often it's so simple. Dogs are pack animals, and they instinctively, through nature, follow a pack leader. So if you are the pack leader, the dogs will follow. The secret to my success really lies in the fact that I've come to understand how to be the pack leader in a way that doesn't use any force, fear, or aggression. And when you do that, dogs will instinctively follow you because they're pack animals. Yesterday was a classic example of 50-kilogram Malamute who they could not walk on the lead. They'd been to a couple of trainers already. They'd used the force method of using a chain, and it was nothing to do with the actual walk that he needed. He didn't need training on the lead. It was a case of win this dog's mind inside the house. And then he followed, and they couldn't believe it. I mean, there was no force involved. This beautiful dog. You know, I really felt like I connected with him at an almost spiritual level. When you connect with a 50-kilogram wolf look-alike, a massive Malamute, and he touches his nose with you and you look him right in the eyes and you know that he has said, yes, I will follow you. When we understand what they really need, then they transform and will start following us without all this need for clickers and treats and, you know, gadgets and widgets and throwing chains and going growling at the dog's face. They're actually incredibly loving creatures. They're such beautiful animals. Because I see things every day. I hear owners go, wow, every day, every dog I work with. And it's a beautiful thing. It's something I don't want to just keep taking home and going, wow, I'm explaining to my wife saying, guess what happened today? That's what would be different. When you connect with an animal that size, an animal of nature, it's a beautiful thing.
This is Millie. She's a rather excitable and determined little bichon. As you can see, I wasn't spared from Millie's harassment either. Time to have a chat with her owners and make a plan.
So the key to everything is making sure that dear little Millie understands that you're in charge. You're the decision makers in the pack.
After an hour or so of working with Millie and the girls, Millie was like a new dog. No yapping away in her old stomping ground by the front door, but rather a great dog who was happy to succumb to the leader of the pack. Good on you, Millie. Next, I was off to see Gail and Warren and their defiant Jack Russell cross, Lucy.
Our dog's name is Lucy, and she's 3, and she's a Bitzer. Jack Russell, Foxy, Corgi. She has not many problems, but our biggest problem is she doesn't come back to recall. If we open the front door, she gaps it, she's gone.
So here we are at the park with Lucy, and we're going to start training the recall, and what we've got is 55 metres of 4mm thick line, so a pretty thin line, but it's very strong. We've got a clip which we're going to attach it to and clip onto Lucy so we can keep control of her, and we've got some beautiful tasty treats here. We'll just pop this. So I didn't ask her to get out, so I'll ask her to get back in. Back in you get, up. Good girl, wait. It's a tiny little thing, but all these little things add up. Okay, good girl, come on. And the idea is we're going to just drop this long line on the floor and just let it run.
The key is to make it fun. So call her over, reward her immediately, and then let her go again.
Beautiful. So Lucy's got the idea that the recall is simply calling her, she gets a reward and we let her go. She's realising we're not here to spoil the fun, which is what so often happens. The recall becomes the worst thing in the world. Yeah. Whereas with her, it's actually becoming a fantastic thing. She's hanging out for the next recall, effectively.
Yeah. I had no idea that all those little things that you've brought to my attention, the 5 rules, and the things that we do every day, and we're just reinforcing the fact that she's the boss and that we're there to serve her, which is not going to happen anymore.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So for a complete solution to training your dog, stopping all of those unwanted dog behaviours and raising the perfect puppy, check out my video website, the online dog trainer. Hi there, Doggy Dan here from the onlinedogtrainer.com video website. This movie is all about helping your puppy become tolerant when they're eating food out of a bowl. Tolerant of you coming near that bowl and making sure they're not going to become aggressive and growl at you. Little Moses here, he looks an absolute picture of innocence, and he is. However, within the first week, he was becoming quite growly when you put your hand near the bowl. So this is what I've been doing, and it's been working quite well. It's a little technique, Moses, and I'll show you it now. What you don't want to do is this: put the food there, and then start bringing your hand in and trying to grab the food. That's just going to end in trouble. He's going to start growling, and it's all going to go backwards. Here's a far better technique. To start with, wait until his bowl is completely empty, and then when he's hungry, bring some food over, and you can actually push him out the way so he learns to back off, and then drop the food into his bowl, and then remove your hand. Now if you do this, what he's going to start to learn, as Moses has already started to do with us, is that when my hand comes close, I drop food into your bowl. And then he's going to be far happier with you patting him and doing all that sort of stuff. And then you can actually take it to this next level where he's eating food, and there's food in his bowl, and you, just before he's about to finish that last one, you drop some more in. Until you get to the next stage where he's actually eating food, and you drop more food in. And then he actually becomes quite happy almost for you to be dropping food in and having your hand near the bowl whilst he's eating. And we've been doing this just for a couple of days, for about a week, and he's such a different dog. And I promise you, you know, he was growling when we came near, but he's already changed. And eventually what we'll do is we'll sort of get to the stage, you can see he's happy, he's fairly happy with me even moving the bowl. He knows I'm not a threat, he's understood I'm not trying to steal his food. Eventually what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to bring a handful of food over and just say to him, do a sit or something and drop food in. And eventually you'll get to the stage where you can just push him off or say, move away, put some more food in his bowl and bring it down. But don't rush it. It's worth putting this into practice if you've got a puppy. If you've got a much older dog who's aggressive, who's much bigger, then be very, very careful. I would not try this technique. Certainly children shouldn't be doing this. It should be supervised by adults. But if you're wanting to know what you can do to help develop that sort of tolerance around the food bowl, that's the technique that I would, or one of the techniques that I'll be putting into practice, because as you can already see, he's pretty happy with us coming close, because he's associated my hand in the bowl with me putting food in. Don't, like I say, just to reiterate, don't be stupid. Don't start trying to pull food out and expect him to be happy about that. He won't. He needs to make the opposite association, the association that you put food into his bowl, and then it's kind of almost reverse psychology. When he's very happy with your hand being near the bowl, then you can start taking it away, putting food in it and giving him even more back. So it's almost the deal I'm making with him is, let me have that bowl, give it to me, I promise you, I'll give you even more back in return. And it's working a treat. I'm very happy about the progress that we've made. Hey Moses. The other little trick is, of course, he'd had a little bit of food when we were doing some other training, so he wasn't absolutely ravenous, which made it easier. And he's quite a sleepy boy because he's been for a run. I think it's time to put you to sleep. Go and have a little sleep in your bed. Maybe take him out to the toilet now, and then we'll put him in his little crate. Come on, boy.